Hello and welcome to another Modern Toy Fair Let's Pose, where I show you how I get my figures into the poses you see in the photos at the end of my reviews. Today I'm going to be showing you how to pose the Mafex Secret Wars Symbiote Spider-Man. As always, make sure to let me know in the comments below if there's any other figures you'd like to see me pose in the future. I have had several requests and I am currently in the process of hunting down some of these figures that people would like to see me pose. But in the meantime, that's enough chitter chatter. Let's go ahead and get at her. Alright, so let's get started. As I've mentioned before in other videos where I've posed Spider-Man figures, Spider-Man's very much a more kind of ground-centric character. He's always more low to the ground. He's always kind of hunched or bent in some way, shape, or form. Very rarely is he kind of standing tall. So let's do just a kind of fighting stance here. You'll see I've got one knee bent a little bit more, 90 degrees. The other one not quite there. The legs are spread across. I'm going to twist the abdomen just a bit here. We're going to pull the left arm back as far as I can get it. Get the fist kind of curled in. Right arm pulled back just a smidgen, not quite as bent. There at the elbow, and boom, like that. Now you've got Spidey in a nice fighting stance. You'll see arm pulled back at kind of just like a curve instead of a hard bend at the elbow, and then the opposite side it went with a little more sharp. So it kind of mirrors right leg more bent, left arm more bent. Kind of gives you a little bit of asymmetric look, which Spidey usually is very much so like that. So we're going to take these sprawled out hands now, and we're going to see, because Mafex always has this problem where you can't get Spidey in that classic perch pose. So let's pop these on here and see how close I can get it, because I know you can get it close, but getting it as well as we did with the, the cel-shaded Marvel Legends Spidey is going to be a challenge. So you want both legs kind of spread out, you want them bent inward as far as possible. He's going to be standing on his tippy toes, so you got to use those toe joints there. And you have to kind of, hand popped off there. Pop that back on. Then you do have to get him hunched over. You have to pull both arms as far forward as the shoulder rotation will take it. So you can get, it's a pretty decent pose there. That's not bad. Ideally, he'd be sitting a little further up, but let's finagle it here a little bit. Let's bring the legs forward a little more. So like that. And you see, I got the toes bent. We're going to curl them inward a little bit more, twist that. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'm happy with that. So let's put them here on the Vasco Toys AC unit. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. So again, he's hunched over. You can see, got him kind of really bent forward. Got the knees bent all the way in. I did have to rotate him almost upwards towards his shoulders. Got the feet at that hard angle using the toes to balance. And then we have both arms pulled in as far as we can get them with the rotation at the shoulder. You've got the back arched. And I'd say that's a pretty solid Spidey pose. I'm not mad at it. So next we're going to get the good old Mafex flight standout. And we're going to do some hardcore parkour. So Spidey's always, running around rooftops, jumping over things. So we're going to get this one arm pulled back and used as kind of the vaulting over. We're going to have one leg bent more inward. I'm going to choose this one just because, the one closest to the ground usually you want curled in so that you can clear the thing you're jumping over. If I get the foot back on, we're going to extend. Words are hard. The left leg a little more straight, so it's kind of like he's lunging over it. We're going to get the stand hooked onto him and twist it around so it doesn't get in the way. And, almost. There we go. See? And like that, now it looks like he's lunging himself over. You've got the right knee bent inward and kind of under him. Torso's twisted. The arm, let me give you a little better look here. The arm goes down and then it kind of bends a little bit at the wrist. And he's got that kind of twisting and twerking motion at the shoulders to show that he's pushing off of it. So it kind of gives the illusion that he is actually, lunging across this versus just being kind of static. Get him to stand here for a second. So next up, let's do some good old web slinging and swinging poses, because that's what Spidey's known for. So a lot of times Spidey's got his feet kind of planted outward when he's flying through the air and swinging through New York. I have to assume that's mostly that way. When he goes to land somewhere, he lands feet first. We're going to take off the sprawled out fingers. We're going to replace it with the fist. Other hand will have a different set on it. Let me get this, because now I don't want to use the flipping hands, because when he's Symbiote Spidey, I don't care what anyone says, he shoots him out of the back of his wrist, not the front. So we've got that arm pulled forward, aimed forward, legs are kind of bent, it's straight, so he's got a straight shot with shooting the web. You can see he's got a little bit of an arch. The other leg is borderline sideways, bent in a lot more. Both feet are straight out. Got the head tilted a little bit there. Now let's get the backhand. So this is the Venom, Mafex Venom web effect. I put the Spidey hand on it. Don't know if I'm ever going to get it off, so I would strongly suggest not doing what I did unless you want it permanently on there. But I think it looks cool, so I don't care. So we're going to pop this on here, twist it around like so, and have that right arm pushed back and extended back pretty far, so it looks like he is swinging forward as he's shooting a new web to continue his swing. And there, he's got that great kind of archway. We're going to take that off, put the sprawled out finger hand back on, because now we're going to do a pose that we don't really see a lot of people do, but he does a lot in the comics. And that's going to be the kind of more, well, I guess now, let's do this first. Let's do just a normal swinging, and next we'll do the upside down pose. So let's do a just kind of basic swing. We're going to extend the right leg, bend the left knee in, just put the other arm in front of him, like so. Get the other arm stretched out behind like he's letting go. Twist them a little bit, and boom. Now it looks like he's swinging. Again, left leg is bent in, right leg sprawled out. The right arm is pulled down in front of him. You see the torso is twisted, and then that backhand looks like it's letting go of the previous web that he had. So another great pose, something simple that you can have on your shelf. Looks fantastic, really kind of makes him look he's in motion. I really love these Venom web effects. I really wish they would include them with the Spider-Man ones. I don't know why we don't get those. But that's there, here and there. Now back to what I wanted to do before I got distracted. So let's do the upside down pose. So you're going to have the legs spread eagle as far as you can get them without breaking them, because, yeah, we know how Mafex can be, so be careful. Get the feet flat against each other, knees kind of bent into that like triangle formation. Get the arms kind of pulled up and get ready to bend. So you're going to have them kind of a little bit at his side. They're going to be bent inward towards his stomach. Now this one you are going to have to kind of fake it a little bit. So you're going to have his wrist turned around so that way the web goes up. I mean, granted, if you do it correctly and don't get the web stuck in his hand, you can do it however you want, but this is how I have to do it. Put the top of the web through the feet, and then we're going to have the other arm brought in and have those sprawled out fingers covering the other ones. So he's kind of double gripping it, almost like he's holding a bouquet. Think of it that way with the arms. Oh, crap, dropped him. So yeah, the arms looks like he's holding a bouquet. He's in a wedding. The legs you got in that triangle shape to hold the web at the top. And now you have him kind of dangling down, kind of just creeping like he does. Twist it around here. You can see it goes up through the feet. So that way it looks almost like he's spinning it like a spider. Twist this a little more. Maybe, yeah, there we go. And yeah, I really like this pose. I don't do it nearly often enough, but it's really cool. And it looks, again, those web effects really make the difference. So that's another one. I try to come up with some new poses for you guys when I do these Spider-Man videos, because there's so many Spider-Man figures. Let's do, let's do some basic, throwing punches. So we're going to extend the right leg. We're going to twist the left leg back behind him, but keep it bent as much as possible. We are going to, make that little kind of archway. We're going to twist the body forward. We're going to use the shoulder rotation to bring right arm forward, twist the fist in just a smidge. Let me get it in the right direction. There we go. So we kind of get that haymaker, hook coming forward. We're going to have left arm pulled back so that way you get that, almost like he's making a tornado out of his body, like he's going to be twisting all the way around. And now you've got him in a very easy Spider-Man punching pose. And let me get him up here on the flight stand. If it decides to cooperate, there we go. So you can see right leg extended, and we're going to get our good old punching bag, the Marvel Legends, Jon Favreau to be our volunteer. Let me get him to stand, to take the punch like he usually does in these videos, unfortunately. Sorry, Jon Favreau, hope you're not watching. So yeah, you can get him, get that cross right across the chin. Jon Favreau's a little bit taller because he's Marvel Legends, but if you lift Spidey up, boom, right just right across the kisser, and get a little bit better view if we have him. Well, Jon Favreau really doesn't want to stand today. Come on, there we go. And lift Spidey up a little bit, the flight stand, and boom, like that. Now he's punching him across the face. Just little things like that you can do. Make your poses more dynamic. And then again, it's all about that, think about the motions you make when you're doing these things. So the last pose I do want to hit, and I'm not going to probably do it exact because I'm not going to pull up the source material, but I do suggest that's a great thing to help you if you're trying to do this, is to pull up, pictures from the comics to help you make these poses. I'm going to hit the Secret Wars cover pose with the first appearance of this character, or of this version. Where'd that hand go? Oh, there it is. It's not going to be perfect because, again, I'm just going to be doing this off memory, but I do know his knees are kind of turned inward a little bit, like he's surprised. He's got the jazz fingers out, sprawled. He's looking kind of puzzled of like, why am I covered in all this black goo? Let's make the knees a little bit more twisted. I don't quite, I don't like that. It doesn't look quite on it. There we go. Turn his head a little bit. So it's not perfect. It's not on point, but again, I'm not pulling up the source material. But if you ever in a scenario where you can't think of how you want to pose them, just Google the character. It's the easiest way to kind of get the result you want, and it will help you down the line. But that's going to be it for this week's Let's Pose. As always, please make sure to let me know in the comments below what figures you want to see me pose next. As I mentioned before, I am on the hunt for a few figures to do some videos that people have requested. And make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want more toy-related content. We've got the reviews, the Let's Poses, the podcast, the replay of our weekly live stream where we go over our weekly purchases. We also have Toy Therapy that will be coming back here in the near future. All sorts of different videos for you to enjoy, so if you want more, please make sure, as always, like and subscribe. Check us out Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair so you can see a closer look at all the lovely pictures I put at the end of my reviews. Also, check us out twitch.tv/Modern Toy Fair if you want to be a part of our weekly live stream Only Figs, where again we talk about our weekly purchases and we chat with members of the community. So hop on over there if you want to be there and be a part of the conversation. And make sure to click on the video on the screen for this week's review, where Valoverse was nice enough to send me a handful of their figures to take a look at. So the first one I have up is Desert Rat. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.